In the mirror, she saw her mother tying her waist sash, then secretly pulling out a dagger to tamper with it. But she didn't stop her. Instead, she gave a cold little smirk. In her last life, it was her mother's scheme that made her sash snap in public while the Marquise's heir measured her clothes. Her reputation was ruined, and when the Duchess saw it, she exploded. Absolutely shameless. Right then, her scheming half-sister rushed over with fake concern and covered her up. "Sister, hurry, cover yourself." That little act won the Duchess over, and the half-sister married into the Duke's estate instead. She, meanwhile, was locked away in a ruined temple. Why? You must be thinking about that thread, right? I'll tell you the truth, I cut it myself. If your name hadn't been ruined, how would Yue Rong ever get such a good marriage? But she never understood why her mother favored her half-sister when she was the biological daughter. Then, in the next second, she was suddenly reborn, back to the very day her mother set her up to be humiliated. Watching her mother tie that familiar sash again, she swore she would not make the same mistake in this life. So just as her mother lifted the dagger to cut the sash, she suddenly stood up and hugged her, causing the blade to cut her mother's hand. So careless. You're about to visit the Duke's estate and you still have no manners. Is this how a proper lady behaves? Her clueless, scheming half-sister took out a handkerchief to bandage their mother, while purposely saying the older sister grew up in the countryside and had never seen the world. Since it was almost time to leave, their mother could only drop it. Then, their mother pulled out a fine jade pendant and gave it to the half-sister, saying it was part of her dowry, good for the body, and perfect against her skin tone. Next, their mother casually grabbed a few pearl hairpins from a drawer and shoved them into her hands. "Don't say I'm playing favorites. Your outfit is plain, and these hairpins match it perfectly." Even her father sided with the half-sister, saying she grew up in the capital, had better poise, and looked better with jade. Since the woman grew up in the countryside, fine jewelry would only look awkward on her. Before they left, he even told the half-sister to keep an eye on her. "Don't worry, father, I will take good care of my sister." "Take care of me? This time we'll see who takes care of who at the Duke's estate." Soon, they boarded the carriage to the Duke's estate. To suck up to the senior maid, the half-sister kept trying to chat her up. But the maid was having a migraine, and the endless chatter only made her more irritated. That was when the woman picked the perfect moment and handed the maid a cup of clear tea. "I made these cooling herbal tablets myself. If you don't mind, hold one under your tongue. It can help with dizziness and discomfort." "Sister, what random junk are you giving her? If it makes her sick, can you even afford the consequences?" The maid looked at the half-sister's sharp, nasty attitude, so different from the older sisters, and took a tablet without hesitation. Then the woman stepped forward and massaged her pressure points. Excellent technique. Just like that, the woman won the maid's favor. The maid quietly advised her that the heir was cold by nature and hated women who dressed too loudly or acted fake. The Duchess cared even more about character and hated women who relied on looks to get ahead. Soon, they arrived at the Duke's estate. Seeing the familiar scene, the woman silently swore she would rewrite her fate with her own hands. So when her scheming half-sister walked toward her with a cup of tea, she quietly clenched her fist. Because in her last life, the half-sister pretended to trip, spilled boiling tea all over her, and took the chance to loosen her sash, making her embarrass herself in public. Now that she had